Good afternoon to all of you. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So join fast so that we will have a lecture. We'll start lecture within few minutes. Before, just will tell you that in the last lecture we have discussed about the language and its uses. Okay, we were discussing. We'll continue that. Before, I will request you all to join fast. Only 10 students have joined to this lecture. I will wait for 5 minutes and after that we will start our lecture. Okay, till the time student will join this lecture. Join fast so that we will start our lecture. Please unmute your phone. Unmute your phone. So almost more than 60 have joined to this lecture. Okay. Okay. So we will start our lecture. I will share your screen. Please tell me, is it visible? Is this screen visible
Yes, sir.
too? Okay. So in the last lecture we were at, we have discussed about the reasons also. Okay. So what is language, that we have discussed. Why do we learn English? That also we have discussed. So yes, we were at the reasons. So reasons, first reason is for essential. It is essential for work. Okay. So as you are engineers, you will go to, or you will be selected, you will get selected as a software engineer in the multinational companies like TCS, Wipro, and other IT companies. So is it, so it is very important to know or to speak in a good language. Okay. So it is not necessary, it is not necessary that you will have to speak a very good and uh, uh, very excellent English. Okay, it is not the requirement. The IT companies or the companies that are selecting you, or that will be selecting you as their employer, they will see that is this candidate is speaking in a well manner, in a well English, or it is weak in English. Okay, so that they will see, and they will select you on the basis of that. Okay, so it is not required to be very excellent in English or having a British tone, or to speak uh, in a very good accent. Okay, it is not required. You will have to just speak in your accent, but it will be, or it must be correct English, or grammatically correct English. Okay, so is, if you are not speaking in a grammatically correct language also, they will ignore you if they are getting what you want to tell to them. Okay, if you are speaking in a fast manner, then they will ignore you. But if you are stucking, then they will think that this man, or this employee is somewhat weak in speaking. Okay, so that is why for work, for getting a job, it is essential to know the language such as English. Okay, English is the very well-known language and used as a global language in all over the world. It is also the universal language. This is also one reason to be proficient in English, to be well in English. As it is a universal language, the communications that happen between people who are meeting to each other, to different people from two different countries, to different continents, there is a common string, or there is a common, or we can say string, that attached to these two people is the language or communication language, and that is the English language. That English language works as a communication string or common string between two people having different races, different countries, different languages. So that is why it is the universal language that we will going to study in this few months. Okay. Also, it is the open, it will open the door of new cultures. Okay, so this language opens the doors, or we can say that it opens the window to the world. Okay, it is also called as window to the world. Through that window we are watching, or we are observing the world. Okay, we are looking at the world through that window. So it will also open the door of new cultures. So there are many cultures in world. Okay, we Indians also have Indian culture. The Western culture is different from us. The Eastern culture is also the part of Indian culture. We are southeastern country of the Asia continent. Okay, so our culture is different from other countries. China is our neighboring country. Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, these are our neighbors. Okay, neighboring countries. But uh, though these are our neighbors, they are also having their own culture, and to know that culture, to look at that culture, to study that culture, we have to open the door of new culture. And that door will open, when will that door be open? It will open when we look at it with, or we communicate it with the communication language or connecting language. Okay, and the English plays very important role there. Also, you will travel comfortably. This one is also the reason to learn English language. If you want to travel to the world, or if you are planning a trip to the European countries or American countries or Canadian countries, then for the uh, better communication purpose, or for knowing the world better than we know, it is very important to be good at English. Because the if we are traveling to another country and we are meeting to the people, if you don't know their language, in what language they are speaking, if you don't know, then it becomes very necessary to have the knowledge of English language. Okay, and that is why it will open the door of new cultures, and we can travel comfortably, with comfort, with this language. It is the most open language. Okay, so it is also the most important or most open language. You know that English language has many words, more than thousands of words, or lakhs of words that are added to this language from other languages. Okay, so that is why it is called as the most open language, because this language is accepting the words, or this is including the words which are spoken in other languages, which are spoken other than this English language. So, as we know that we Indians, or we are Indian, and our Hindi words, some of the Hindi words that are also included in this English language. And which are they? They are juggi, or we can say that roti, juggi, curry. These are the words which are added uh, in the English language. Okay, so that is why it is also called as the most open language, because they don't hesitate to add the words from other languages also. As we know that our Marathi language also has different words from English. We daily use the words like table. Okay, we have the habit to use this word table or computer, laptop. These are the words that are English words, but we are using them because we don't have any other word or optional word for that. That is why we have accepted these words from English language, and the English language or English people also adding or accepting the words which are spoken uh, other than in English language. Okay, so that is why it is called as the most open language. Language of art and literature. It is the language of art and literature. So as you know that many arts, okay, many arts like drama, poetry, okay, so these are the arts which also are performed with the help of this language. Okay, so these are the arts, drama, novels, or uh, fine arts. These are the arts which are performed with the help of this language. And there is also the literature. It is also the language of literature. So there are world with literature is majority written, or they have used English as a language to uh, write this literature. Okay, so many of the literature or most of the literature we can find that it is written in the English language, or they have used English as a language of uh, communication for writing this literature. There are many forms of literature like drama, poetry, short stories, or we can say that novels. So these are also the forms of literature, and these are written in English language. With the help of this English language, the writers from Eastern countries, Western countries, African countries, Canadian countries, these are the countries and these are the writers. They are using the English language to open their themselves, okay, to uh, communicate what they want to communicate. Okay, they are communicating or they are using this language for the communication purpose. They are expressing their thought or they are expressing their words in the form of poetry or drama or novel by using this English language, and that is why they become famous. Okay? So most of the literature is written in the English language. The writers, if they want to be famous, like Chetan Bhagat, or we can uh, tell that many writers like Chetan Bhagat or Arundhati Roy of Indian race, they have used English as a language of their writing. Okay, and that is why it is very important to know or to study uh, art and literature by using this language. Also, one of the reason is it eliminates language weaknesses. So what are the language weaknesses we are having? It is eliminated by the use of this language. Okay, so these are the reasons. Then also we have studied that the power of English language in the last year. Okay, so we'll just review that. People know the importance of it, and that is why this language is taught as a basic language in every state. So in each state, each and every state, it is this language is taught as a basic language. Okay, English language is taught as a basic language, and people know the importance of it. They use it. They try to explore themselves by using this language, and that is why this language is taught as a basic language in every state. Then next is the speaking internationally. It would be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing English. So is it uh, easy to live in this world without knowing this language? Not easy. Why? Because it has become a global language throughout the throughout these years. From last 1,000 years, this language is evolving. Okay, this language is making change in it. Okay, so its origin is in the before the 1,000 years. It is originated. Okay, so before the 1,000 years, this language is not in this form that we are looking at or we are using it. Okay, so it was broken English in the that time, that era. But throughout the evolution and throughout the years, this language has evolved, and uh, this language has made different changes in it. Okay, it is also influenced by French, Italian, and other languages. So speaking internationally means if we want to speak about the international level, on the international level, it is very difficult, or it is really difficult to prosper, to be in this world, to stay in this world, to be in the race of this world, or to prosper in this world. It is very difficult without knowing this language. That is the importance of this language. Okay, that's the importance of this language. When it comes to globalization, the first language that comes to our mind is of English. So talking about the globalization, we know that uh, these are the fruits of globalization that we are benefited with. Okay, we are communicating with each other. I'm conducting lecture on you, and you are listening to me. So it is it is not possible without globalization. So globalization has made very enormous changes in this world. Okay, so because of globalization itself, we are taking the benefit of these fruits. Okay, we can be we can communicate with each other without fail. Okay, because of this internet facilities, the social media. Okay, so there are social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, messengers. There are many messengers to message each other. Gmail, and last is WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is the most messaging instant messaging app. Okay, that we use we are using daily. Okay, so these are the fruits of globalization. Because of globalization, we came close to each other. We can talk to each other. We can communicate with each other. I'm sitting here in this college on in front of computer, and I'm conducting a lecture on you, and you are sitting at your home, and you are taking the benefit of that because of this. Okay, why? Because of the globalization. At your home itself, you are doing classes, you are attending the lectures, you are doing lectures, you are studying lectures, you are studying topics, different topics. You are watching lectures with the slides or various uh, instruments. This is happened because of the globalization. And the language that made a very important role in this globalization is the English language. Okay, so as it is the world famous language and spoken almost all over the world, because of this English language, it becomes easy to be in a connection or communication with each other. Okay, so these are the proofs of globalization. To create a world of ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant, the English language plays a key role. So for creating world which is ethically responsible, ethically means what? नैतिक, नैतिक जबाबदारी घेणार, responsible, नैतिक, ethically, नैतिक, equitable means all are same. Okay, all are same, सगळे सारखेच आहेत. So to create this world of ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant. Tolerant means what? सहनशील. So these qualities that we are speaking are, these are the qualities which we must have. Okay, we must use them, or we must include them in our behavior. Okay, to be a ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant. And these uh, these are the philosophies, or these are the words which came to our language because of this English language. Okay, so that is why English is playing the key role. English is playing a key role to make the people ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant. We can communicate with the people from all over the world by using this language. If we try to use our language, then our message won't be, our message won't reach to them. Okay, we can't reach to them if we are speaking in our language. So yes, to create a world, this we done with. You can get from each field event, means you will if you want to get the knowledge, uh, then we can get knowledge from each field. Okay, each field event by using this language, or if we are known with this language, or we can uh, use this language, then we will get the benefit of that. Okay, so in business communication with customers, so in business also we can use this language to communicate with our customers, to reach our customers, to advertise, or to make advertise of our business to the customers uh, of global, or which is uh, not from our area, it is from other part of India. How we communicate, or how we will sell our product with others with the help of this English language. Okay, by communicating in English language, we will do that. Okay, so you can get from each field event in business communication with customers and other delegates. So other delegates means what? Sanmananiya, mananiya vyakti. With customers and other delegates, if you want to be in a connection, or if you want to expand our business, then it is important to be uh, good, or it is very important to be excellent in English language. and communication. Okay, not only in English language, we can understand English language, but we fail or we don't try to communicate ourselves or our thoughts in English language. Okay. Okay, so mhm. So you can get from each field event in business communication with customers and other delegates. It is very important to exchange and share our thoughts. For exchanging and sharing our thoughts or ideas that our uh, uh, brain is thinking or we are thinking about. Okay, so for sharing and exchanging the thoughts and innovations. Okay, so as we know that every year or uh, all the time the innovations in the world are going on, and to know that innovations, what are the innovations the scientists have made, uh, we know them from the newspapers. Okay, so and newspapers are using the English language for the communication purpose. Okay, so that's business grows. So how business grows? It grows with the help of this language. If there are if you are living in metropolitan cities like Pune or Mumbai or Ahmedabad or other Hyderabad, so it is very important to be good at your communication skills, and you will have to impress the customers. If you are dealing with the customers, then it is necessary to deal with them, to speak with them by using this language. Okay, so that is why these are the root cause of the business, uh, growing the business. Okay, business growth. So this is the power of this English language. Okay, so we are having 7 minutes for ending this session. After ending this session, you will have to join once again for the last 20 minutes. Okay, so after 40 minutes we don't have subscription of this app, Zoom app, and that is why we have to conduct these sessions or lecture in sessions. Okay, 40-minute session and last 20-minute session. So it is almost 6 minutes that we are having to end this session. So I will try to mark the uh, present of your okay, so let me see how many students are there. ओके, सो ही मीटिंग संपल्यानंतर परत एकदा जॉईन हो तुम्ही. ओके, दहा सेकंद राहिले मीटिंग संपायला. शेवटच्या 20 मिनिटाच्या सेशनसाठी परत एकदा जॉईन व्हायचंय तुम्ही.